Ωραία, πάμε. Αν κάνω sorcerer, την build θα κάνεις. Λογικά με το Ice Shard. Ναι, το ακόμα εδώ δεν έπαιξα καθόλου, ρε. Έχει στάσει πολύ μακριά. Λέγω όταν πάει να σε βαρέσει, αν βαρέσει εσύ κάνει πάρει. Το έχουμε, το έχουμε. Όχι αν βαρέσει. Αν πατήσω το πάρει. Να είμαι κανένα 5 πιο μετά. Α, εντάξει, προχώρησες.
Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
Για να το σκοτώνεις πρώτος δεν πεθαίνεις εσύ. Το έχουμε, το έχουμε. Α, μαλάκι, γι' αυτό σας έχω εδώ. Ωπα ρε, τι έγινε εδώ?
What happened here?
Imperials,
εμείς.
you'll pay for this.
We've got a live one.
What are you doing here? Talk to me!
Remember our orders? No survivors!
Who would order such a thing?
Έλα ρε και περσέω, καλησπέρα. Τι κάνουμε? Ω.
That's enough.
Easy, easy. Βάζω 26 εξακολουθεί να το βαράει. Ναι, υποτίθεται ότι είναι πολύ βάνας εδώ το Imperial και καλά. Ω. Σαν να έπεσαν λίγο τα frames. Δεν ξέρω. Εγώ πάντως καλά ήμουν. Θα μ' αφήσεις, θα ανοίξω. Α, μ' αφήνει επειδή είμαι σε battle.
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die one! Stay down! Kill all the ducal dogs!
Ducal dogs. They were innocent people. That's enough.
Πώς είναι εδώ? Πω πάρε με killer αυτή.
My wounds, boy.
Ένα κουτί μπορεί να ανοίξει, βέβαια μέσα και τα frames γενικά είναι κάτω, απλά είχαν ξενικιάνονται, γι' αυτό σας φάνηκε έτσι, ίσως αν τα κουτιά γενικά τα κουτί έχουν φύγει, και όσοι κόσμο με την player πάνε. Τι αυτό είναι? Όχι, γιατί μου την player. Α, όντως, lol. Λοιπόν, η σειρά του. Μαλάκα, το έφαγα καλά αυτό. Οπότε δεν νιώθει ο τύπος, Μια χιλιάρικα κοντά. Όπα τώρα. Μαλάκα δεν πέθανε. Άντε γάμ. Μόνο εμείς δεν τόσο βίος έκανες πάρει με λίμπα και ενεργό δεν μετράει. Γιατί? Τι, αυτόματο είναι εκεί, πώς δεν μετράει, όλα μετράνε. Δεν έχει σημασία. Γενικά ας πούμε το έχεις βρει. Ω, τη σκότωσαν κι αυτήν.
You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
Άμα έχεις καταφέρει γενικά εννοώ με το πάρει να το βρεις. Όλα εκτός από πάρει, τέλει. Στα ίδια είμαστε.
Gav! Clive!
Κατάλαβα και εγώ μία από τα ίδια το πάρει, δυσκολεύομαι να το βρω ακόμα.
Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew East Pole was harboring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here.
Ναι ρε πουστίτο, εγώ το έχω
Someone must have
καταλάβει.
let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. but it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick.
Τώρα που πάμε πίσω
Last
θα
I
κάνει
heard, he was
upgrade.
planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Aye. Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready then.
Έλα, Εσέφιρ, καλησπέρα. Δεν έχασες κάτι, έχασες μόνο ότι το Imperial επιτέθηκε σε όλο το χωριό και τους σκότωσε όλους. Ακόμα και τη Lady Anna που μας έδωσε τη στολή. Τους έβαγαν όλους.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Cook has a message for your leader. Only he knew where to send it.
Είναι απεσταλμένος του κύριου του Φαλακού που τους ήρθε, που του ήρθε το δέμα με το κεφάλι της Μπενεντίκτα. Είχα φύγει πρόβατσα αυτό, η δουλειά του είναι. Writing wrongs.
To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
Λοιπόν, έχουμε τίποτα άλλο από εδώ.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier. Didn't sound happy.
Okay. Λοιπόν, αυτή λογικά πουλάει κάτι.
Yes? What? Go on, then.
Όχι.
Is that all?
I see I'm busy here. Not saying forwarding, do you?
Συν ένα. Wind Shard. Κάτσε, αυτά είναι... αυτά είναι τα craft. Εγώ δεν θέλω τα craft, reinforce θέλω. Γιατί μας λέει ότι είναι λιγότερο, ρε φίλε. Μου κατεβάζει το stagger και το attack. Οκ, άρα... Λες να έχουμε τίποτα καλύτερο. 165, όχι. Έχαμε αλλάξει τις πάλι σε αυτό.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
We can keep running. Or we can walk through this door.
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation.
Γιατί φωνή έχει ο τύπος.
So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift.
Ο Λόρας, ναι.
Or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. wayfarers or beggars. Most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
Opa.
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
Έλα και ένας να πάμε το raid.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire.
Ένα πράγμα που δεν κάνεις ποτέ στα Final Fantasy είναι το skip από τα cutscenes.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
Ποτέ όμως.
We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
Ω, μαλάκα, ωραίο. Όμορφο. The Council of Elders.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Ποιος είναι αυτός?
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land
Emperor
the Empire
Sylvester.
requires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
Ισχύει.
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sandbreck is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for
Πού εξαφανίστηκες πριν?
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion.
Όπου θέλεις, θα σου πω εγώ, θα
This
σου
is the
πω.
will of great Grieger.
Ευχαριστώ για το σαμπάκι, τέλε μου. Thank you very much.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry.
But how much will that cost? And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do.
Ουσιαστικά αυτός είπε πόλεμο σε όλους, έτσι. Παίρνει και το σαμπάκι πάλι, το δωρή μου. Αυτός τον λες να είναι κάποιο icon. Δεν τον έχει δείξει αυτόν μέχρι στιγμής.
Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Orther.
Αυτός ο γιος του λογικά είναι ο Μπαχάμουτ,
requesting his immediate return to the holy capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
Ο Άικον όμως, έλατε.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today.
Okay.
We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing.
Εν τω μεταξύ διάβασα ότι η γυναίκα που δίνει τη φωνή της στην... στη Σίβα είναι και η ίδια που δίνει τη φωνή της στην Τίφα.
Where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly,
απλά αλλάζει αρκετά τη φωνή ώστε να μην μοιάζει, κατάλαβες.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups, the gods themselves.
So now you want to do something about the crystals. And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
Μα κάνεις ένα βίντεο με όλα τα cutscenes, θα έχεις ένα ολόκληρο έργο να δεις. Αυτό είναι το καλό όμως. Και μέσα σε ένα παιχνίδι έχει καταφέρει να έχει τόσα ωραία cutscenes τα οποία θεωρούνται top notch, όπως λένε οι Άγγλοι. Πούσε ρε Ρεός, καλησπέρα. Το ζω για Death Stranding, μια χαρά.
What have I got myself into? I'm going to need more than a few potions for this.
Τι λέει Ρεός, πώς είσαι? Τι έχουμε εδώ?
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Τι είναι, σας δείχνει time out ο άλλος, τι του κάνατε?
Where are you, Randall?
Is everything all right?
Forgive me, young man. I'm worried about my friend, you see. He left some time ago and hasn't returned. You know what it's like out there for a bit.
Why leave the safety of the hideaway?
For coin. Sad though it is. Our need outweighs the risk.
Τι κάναμε, τίποτα χωρίς λόγο, κλασικά αποκλείεται χωρίς λόγο.
And they wait. You were a soldier, were you not? In the Imperial Army?
I was.
Then I ask a favor of you.
Τα πήρα για τα side quest αυτών. Τι να κάνω.
Will you go and find him for me?
I'll do what I can.
Oh,
what can you tell me about you?
His name is Randall, and I suspect you'll find him in Lostwing. He's been working for Quinton, the tavern keeper. He'll know something, I'm sure.
I'll speak to him.
Safe travels, my friend.
Needs of the many. Και είχε και ένα side quest τερμαυτία. Έλα, Glenn, δώσ' μου και στο side
You
quest.
lost a letter.
Not just a letter. I lost everything. There's a hole in my damn pack, and fool that I am, I didn't bloody note it.
It can't be that bad, surely.
How could it be any worse?
Oh my god, you bizoftilla.
I carry things. If I can't do my job right, then what am I good for? Nothing, that's what. I buggered it right up. That means no herbs for the infirmary, and no fresh meat for our cooking pot. Worst of all,
Για το Zelda, λες μου.
that letter I lost? It was for Sid. A letter he's been waiting on for days.
Maybe if you retrace your steps.
I'd scour Storm from coast to coast if I could, but there are curse breakers in the field, counting on my arrival.
Α, γι' αυτό, sorry,
No.
μπερδεύτηκα.
I'll just have to...
Fine. Tell me where to look.
Are you serious?
It sounds like the hideaway could use those supplies. So, where should I start?
Gotan's bales, perhaps?
Gotan's
I took a tumble in the
bales.
bushes when I was passing
Πέρασαμε
through.
τέτοιο σημείο.
If you can find everything I dropped, you'll be doing us all. And if you can find Sid's letter...
If it's there.
Wonderful. Now, I have to run if I'm to make my next delivery. I trust you can find your way to Gotan's bales. Oh,
Ναι, θα το βρω, εγώ μη φοβάσαι.
I'm sure he'd...
Red Letter Day.
The letter won't last very long out in the elements.
Λοιπόν,
I should make a sunbreak as soon as...
local map, open world. Ένα και ένα, Okay. Πάμε πρώτα σε αυτό. Μόνο μπλε και κάνει time out, εξαρτάται τι κάνετε.
But how did the grocer know his dog?
Ah, if it isn't Sid's young protege.
I'm looking for a bearer called Randall. He was expected back at the hideaway some time ago. A friend of his asked me to check.
Randall, you say? The
Εντάξει,
porter.
λάτρεψα και το emote από
Yes,
το...
yes, I know him.
Το People Finger.
And I can't say
Το
I'm
έβαλα κι εγώ,
surprised.
γούσταρα full.
Though, thinking about it, he should probably have been back by now.
I'll go and look for him.
He was to meet an associate of mine to the south of here. On
Γαμάει,
Robert's
είναι
Pass.
γαμάτο emote.
I do hope nothing's happened to him.
Είναι ό,τι καλύτερο. Τι θέλει? Robert Pass. Α, εμείς από εδώ πάμε.
What'll we do for supper?
Έχει αράει Finger, μαλάκα γαμάει ρε. Είναι ό,τι και ό,τι καλύτερο. Πάω καλά από εδώ, μαλάκα. Δεν πάω καλά. Γιατί να μην τρέχει λίγο πιο γρήγορα, ρε μαλάκα. TM. Mod slider movement speed. Ναι, λογικά τόσο easy είναι. Ό,τι πιο easy. Άσερ πονήρε. Έλα.
You all right?
The hanged man. We were attacked. Randall knew he didn't play the hero, but the sod insisted on drawing him off.
Where did this happen?
Further down the road, please. You have to see that he's...
I'll do what I can. You go back to Lost Wing and tell Quentin what happened.
Ξέρεις τι δεν είναι easy στο PC, στο performance. Πώς δεν είναι easy, μαλάκα, στο PC θα βγάλεις το διπλάσιο performance από την κονσόλα. Α, τα καλά στα παιδιά.
Why am I not surprised?
Βλέπεις να μαλάκα το πάρει και το πιάνει, μαλάκα, δεν ξέρω τι γίνεται. Ενώ το τέτοιο το υφέ το βρίσκεις. Γάμισου. Γιατί δεν νιώθει ρε μαλάκα. Θα δω το ένα πούστη τώρα. Το προλαβαίνω. Όταν κάνεις full stagger κάνε το square της Γκαρούντα πρώτα και μετά τα υπόλοιπα. Ποιο, αυτό που σηκώνεται προς τα πάνω? Inspect Randall's body. Το οποίο είναι... Όχι τα πολλά slices, αυτό είναι το τέτοιο ρε. Α, το square είπες, ok. Μα δεν με χάσει μαλάκα πολύ damage, δεν ξέρω γιατί.
Looks like I was too late. He doesn't deserve to rot by the roadside. I'll speak to Quentin.
Ίζει το stagger multiplier αυτό. Okay. Γενικά σκεφτούμε να αλλάξω το δεύτερο ability της Γκαρούντα. Δεν το πολύ χρησιμοποιώ. Ίσως το βάλω κάποιο άλλο. Οπότε μετά σκά Phoenix και λεπτά και κάνεις λίγο παραπάνω damage. Ναι, ok. Δηλαδή ακόμα και με το limit break δεν κάνει κάτι τρελό damage. Γκαρούντα Sandstorm. Κοίτα εδώ τι βάζει ο άλλος. Όλο το chat χαλάει. Ο Κάλλη του μεταξύ δεν εμφανίστηκε ακόμα.
Sun's setting fast.
Ah, and? Damn it.
He's not far from the south gate.
Of course. I knew he was brave.
And you known him long?
A while. I liked the fact that he didn't show...
Because it helped keep the...
I'll tell Sid what happened here. And...
Δώσ' μου κάτι. Αυτοί μόνο crafting materials δίνουν. Άσμον, εσύ πήρες και αυτό εδώ πέρα του το Fire από το Phoenix ή πήρες της Garuda το μεγάλο attack? Let's Gauntlet's bales for the missing items.
Good. Looks like I'm in the right area. More of the lost supplies.
I set fire to the rain. Τι τραγουδάς, Αντέλ?
I doubt he could have fit much more in his pack. Still no sign of Sid's letter though.
Τα side missions είναι λίγο άγκαρη ο μάχος.
A little overdressed to be picking grapes, aren't you?
I'm looking for a letter someone dropped nearby.
Can't say I have.
Well, if you...
Wait, I did pass a dog with something in its mouth a little while back. No idea if it was your letter, but...
Which way did it go?
Towards Lost Wing. Seemed well looked after.
To the village then.
Είναι το μελανό σημείο λίγο τα side quest, αυτό θα συμφωνήσω. Τουλάχιστον μέχρι στιγμής, γιατί έχω ακούσει ότι πιο μετά έχει κάποιες side quest πολύ πιο ωραία. Αν σου λέει πήγαινε σε εκείνον τον πλανήτη να βγάλεις το γραφείο του για βασίλεμα, τι παίζεις? Πω από αυτά και αν τα βαριέμαι, ελπίζω να μην τα κάνεις αυτά. Φαντάζομαι το Starfield θα είναι γεμάτο τέτοια.
Hi, Kolya. Did Master Quint him something? The shad's all salted and smoked.
Doggo.
It seems we have a culprit. Someone's waiting for this. And he's waited long enough. Hopefully this will keep our career out of trouble.
Missing items στο cave. Θα εξορίσει αυτό είναι το τελευταίο. Πού είσαι, Σάιμπερ Κωστάκια, καλησπέρα. Καλώς τον, καλή εβδομάδα. Τι λέει, τι κάνουμε? Πώς σου φάνηκε το demo?
Maybe I should just... Oh, there you are. I just got back to the hideaway and
found the things you dropped.
Έτσι είναι και το game. Handover. Απέναντι εδώ τα δύο. Είναι πολύ ωραίο, εμένα μου αρέσει πάρα πολύ. Έχει πολύ επικά σκηνικά.
all thanks to you. Losing those supplies is one thing.
Is it about Cursebreaker?
If only. It's from his daughter. She's off studying in Canver, and her letters are all that keeps Sid sane while she's away.
Το παρέχει ο Sid κόρη.
Oh, he's a busy man. So I'd say you did us both a service.
Απλά
If there's anything you're
να
wanting from Sid,
το
today's the
κοντρόλιο
day.
δεν έχει τίποτα ιδιαίτερο.
Be sweet
Όχι.
as honey once he gets his hands on.
Εν τω μεταξύ, παρεμπιπτόντως, τα public ακόμα να με ενημερώσουν για την παραγγελία, έτσι. Η Deluxe ακόμα να έρθει. Σε Μπεργοστάδια να ξέρεις ότι το παιχνίδι είναι αρκετά γραμμικό. Ελπίζω να μην περιμένεις κάτι open world.
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what?
Δεν έχω κάτι να θέλω να πάρω. Lionheart Tonic. Καλό αυτό.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Να γεμίσουμε αυτά.
It'd better all be here. Speaking, if you ask me, somewhat foul. Just go and...
All right.
Ναι, κλασικό. Όχι, αυτό δεν είναι ακριβώς σαν το 7. Σκέψου το ακόμα πιο γραμμικό από το 7. Το 7 μπορούσε να εξερευνήσει και λίγο αριστερά-δεξιά. Και επίσης δεν έχει και το αυτό που είχε το 7 σαν... Ναι, διαχειρίζεσαι το πάρτι, δηλαδή διαχειρίζεσαι μόνο αυτό το χαρακτήρα. Και το RPG σύστημά του δεν είναι όσο το 7. Είναι πιο μικρό.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do.
Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't it? His legions are on the march again.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. That's God's for you. Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. With a fair wind behind them, a handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back.
Τους το λέω γιατί έχω ακούσει διάφορους. Ξέρεις, επειδή δεν ξέρουν τι παίρνουν, να μην να γκρινιάζουν, ας πούμε, επειδή είναι πολύ γραμμικό και δεν είναι open world γι' αυτό. Οπότε το διευκρινίζω και τώρα, να ξέρεις δηλαδή τι θα πάρεις.
Lucky for you.
This.
Well, no, not that. And it's the dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send us. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a household.
That's good of you, but...
Το ξέρω εγώ και εγώ το κατάλαβα τι φαίνεται και το είδα και τα... Και τους producers που μιλούσαν, απλά στο λέω γιατί οι διάφοροι μπαίνανε και σχολιάζαν, ας πούμε, και βάζανε αρνητικές βαθμολογίες στο game γιατί δεν είναι αρκετά open world και αρκετά RPG όσο το περιμένανε.
I'll be expecting...
Ποιος εσύ? Alien Reports Unlocked. Τι είναι αυτό? An available from viewing by speaking to God in the Alien Report counter in the Hadway's mess. These reports, compiled by the curse breakers, contain information on quests currently available across Valstia. Αυτά είναι side quest ή τα hunts?
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
Goat at your service. Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any problems that... And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Or maybe I don't have to. I'll warrant a strapping lad like you's got people begging him for help wherever... Anyway, if you're ever interested in... Reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of kindness are their own reward. Here you go.
Not only to find new quests around, but also travel immediately to the Obelisk Way. Okay. Έβγαλε αρκετά side quest. Okay. Πού είσαι Χρήστο, καλησπέρα. Καλή εβδομάδα. Οκ, αυτά μπορώ να τα κάνω off stream. Ωραία.
Clive, was it?
Well, someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Τι λέει Χρήστο, πώς είσαι, καλησπέρα.
I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then.
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
Less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
Άντε πάμε να φύγουμε επιτέλους να κάνουμε ένα main quest.
So, we're meeting in Northreach.
210 yards. Είναι ρε μαλάκα. Stop. Και γιατί με έφερε εδώ και δεν με πήγε απέναντι. Τώρα καλύτερα. Τι είναι, παιδιά, τρόμαξα. Μα κάνεις τα main από την περιοχή, μπορείς να πας να κάνεις τα set του 7. Ναι, μπορείς. Στο 7 το ξέρω ότι δεν μπορούσες, αλλά εδώ μπορείς. Επειδή είναι... δεν είναι side quest τα οποία πάνε μαζί με το story, είναι ξεχωριστά story, μικρά. Αυτά που ξεκλείδωσα τώρα. Ενώ τα άλλα ήταν μαζί με το story, το οποίο θα δίνει το game κατευθείαν. Και πέρα από αυτό το παιχνίδι έχει και τα hunts, τα οποία βρίσκεις δύσκολα μποσάκια και τα κάνεις ένα βιένα. Και στο endgame είναι πολύ πιο δύσκολα. Μπορείς να κάνεις και καινούργια δυσκολία. Ανεβαίνει το level cap στα 100, παίρνεις καινούργια items, καινούργια skills. Έχω full πρόθεση να το πάω και σε new game.
I hope the Dame has friends in the south. A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me?
Opa.
Clive?
You're the Dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
Εμείς το σκοτώσαμε, αλλά
You can trust me, yes,
ψάχνουμε ας πούμε αυτόν που...
Why would you?
Μας έκανε Ήφριτ εξ αρχής.
Because that's what
Και γιατί ήταν εκεί πέρα.
Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here.
Εμείς ήμασταν εδώ,
To the final
Το μίμικ
obstacle
ήταν η κακή μας πλευρά και την
between
κυριεύσαμε.
and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested. Unless... Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely.
Τι πεσηματική κάνει την Πισάρα.
I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
You say these are all from Dalmekia?
Are you gonna buy something or not?
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are, but it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand
Όπως
has
και πεις τα
done
νόμινη
naught
της
but
σκή,
take.
λες.
But today, it is going to
Νομίζω
give
το βάλανε
you
τέτοια μέσα.
exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
Εν τω μεταξύ την τέτοια την πήρα μαζί μας στη Σίβα. Τι
That
φάση.
wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement, as do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Μπήκαμε μέσα στο τέτοιο, στην πρωτεύουσα τώρα.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Λογικά.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be Clive, my darling, welcome to the Vale.
Πού ήρθαμε ρε μαλάκα, τι είναι όλο αυτό.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it?
Μπουρδελάκι, και εγώ έτσι καταλαβαίνω.
It's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. No, I can't say I'm any good.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this.
Το έκρυβα αυτό, ρε. Moon and stars.
Proof of that trust, and hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of... Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me then.
Okay, I guess.
I should probably start here.
Πάει από εδώ.
You wear the dame's brooch.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before. She was in tears. She'd lost her comb. A gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Πατάς τον διάλογο ή αλλάζει μόνος του. Όχι, εγώ το πατάω.
Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name.
Αφού τα λέει ρε, εσύ τι απεμέωκες στο στόμα της.
You do.
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on
Δεν προλαβαίνεις να τα
Tatienne.
διαβάσεις.
Picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this. Find him, and you'll find her.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to
Και
the
εδώ
barracks
πέρα
is in order.
Νευρίασε λίγο. Επειδή τη σκύπαρα μάλλον. Ποδόλε φύγα.
Need a little something to remember me by.
Heard the bones fell favourably.
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel, Branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for...
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you. Moore is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
It's not been half a moon since Belen's...
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moore. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. but that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers. And they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Δεν ξέρω τώρα να τα πάρω αυτά τα quest να τα έχω.
Word is that the legions are ready to...
Excuse me, you there? The gentle... I cannot help but notice...
Να όλα θέλουν πλατίνα. Έλα, Σαλαμάνδρα, καλησπέρα. Καλή εβδομάδα. Τι κάνουν, πώς είμαστε?
An associate of the... Might I trouble you for some assistance?
And who exactly would I be?
Oh, forgive me. I am Etienne, a humble merchant. Though fortunate enough to count the dame among... I have business beyond these walls, but the guards have grown somewhat suspicious of my comings and goings.
Ναι, γαμιόντες, αλλά όλα καλά. Λίγο κρυωμένος, αλλά την παλεύουμε.
And who better than someone in the employ of the Vale's proprietor? Would you be willing to help a fellow in his hour of need?
Why not?
Marvelous. The task is simple enough. Pass through the gate and deliver packages to a few of my most valued clients. There are 3 in total. A grocer, an apothecary, and a distiller.
Ξέρεις τώρα έτσι, αν πολλά κρύα ροφήματα και τέτοια, με πάγους και τέτοια, λίγο λόγω ζέστης υδρότας και τέτοια, δεν θέλει πολύ. Αρρωσταίνω γενικά συχνά τα καλοκαίρια εγώ, γι' αυτό το λόγο. Deliver the packets to the tinker. Είναι όλα εδώ μέσα αυτά. Πόσους ήπιες εσύ?
Sergeant's got it in for us to...
Hey, you lost or something? Sorry, but the Imperial Guard's got no use for your kind.
I'm just passing through.
Don't bloody believe...
That'll be why he's strutting about.
The Dame laughed when we offered her our protection. You reckon this prick's really...
How about it, Branded?
I'd rather not.
Oh, no doubt. Only chivalrous souls that we are. Robin and I need to know the Dame's being...
Δεν θέλει να τον παλέψω εγώ τώρα αυτόν.
Fine.
Oh, and just so you know, take a moment to get ready if you need it.
Δεν είναι το πόσο πίνω, αλλά πώς τους πίνω. Εκείνο καταφέρει πολύ προς τα κάτω. Έλα το 1v1. Επιτέλους ένα set quest λίγο να παίξουμε ξύλο.
Oh, and when you go crying to your mistress, tell her it was Leon who gave you the pounding. Use all the dirty tricks you want, Brandon. All right. So you know one end of a blade from the other.
Έλα. Έλα. Μαλάκα ούτε με άγγιξε ο τύπος.
Fuck me.
What the hell are you playing at, Leon? So it's a real challenge he wants, is it? Fine.
Α, κι αυτός θα έρθει. Αντέλα κι εσύ.
Sword up, bearer. Let's have some fun, shall we?
Θέλω να δώσουν βραβείο Σάντρα και χθες. Λογικό.
I know he went to hold my tongue for a start.
Αχ, τον έφτασα. Μαλάκα, τι πεις. Ό,τι χειρότερο, ναι.
Can I go now? Krieger's gas. Goodbye.
The dame's man or no, he's still a branded.
Yeah, not after the bollocking he gave us. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, good bloody riddance.
Σαν να είναι πραγματικά.
At least we know the dame's in safe.
Do us a favour. If you have to tell the dame about this, tell her we got a good few.
Όπου είσαι, εντάξει. Έλα, next. Λοιπόν, έμεινε αυτός εδώ πάνω.
What do you reckon Yannick's done to upset the dame?
Έμεινε ο Μάθιου.
I don't know how a bearer came by the moon and stars, but thank goodness I found you. Can I trust you to be
About what?
About this.
About this.
About what I wish to ask of you.
Μαλάκα, Ζέρο, με έχει
About the
χαλάσει
fact
πολύ
that
άσχημα,
I,
μαλάκα, με
a
το δεις.
humble creature, assist the Dame of the Vale in her endeavors.
All right. But what do you want from me?
This town is carried upon the backs of its bearers, and yet many would see their servants starve, not for the want of coin, simple fare
Αλλά
costs
μάνα
little more than
το έχεις προχωρήσει στο γκεμάκι.
but to revel in the suffering of others. A simple act of cruelty. Contemptible though it is, my countrymen would sooner cut off their noses to spite their faces than see their bearers fed. And despite my best attempts at secrecy, my efforts to dole out comestibles have been noticed, which brings me to my request. The brand upon your cheek affords you a certain freedom.
Fine.
Oh, thank you. An extra meal may not seem like much. Here, deliver these, but keep them.
Λίγα πράγματα. Είσαι πιο μακριά από μένα ή όχι?
What food I can provide goes where the need is greatest. And today that happens to be the bat. 3 bearers, overworked and underfed.
It's no wonder so many died.
Tragic, true, but do not let anger make you careless. People will view this act of mercy as an undermining of the Empire's authority. Be discreet for both our sakes, and for the sake of those we feed. Oh, and when you're finished, a word in the ear of one of the Dame's girls would be appreciated.
You won't be staying?
I'm afraid not. I am expected back in the capital, and have already risked much speaking with youth.
Friend of the people.
Crystal's curse is bad enough. We can't let people starve as well.
What do you reckon Yannick's done?
Γεμίσαμε ερωτηματικά ξανά. Θαυμαστικά.
Waiting for it to heal on its own?
Looks like now's...
Ξέρεις τι σχεδόν πριν λίγο καιρό η Square Enix το έβγαζε, αυτό είναι λίγο περίεργο. Κοίτα, Κοίτα, η διαφορά είναι ότι το Forspoken το έβγαλε ένα κομμάτι της Square, το οποίο λειτουργούσε μόνο του. Ενώ τώρα σε αυτό το παιχνίδι δούλεψε η Square, δούλεψε το στούντιο που έχει το Kingdom Hearts και δούλεψαν και αυτοί από το Devil May Cry. Δούλεψαν πάρα πολύ για το game.
I'd be dead without him. That's something.
Έχει διαφορά.
Something.
From the Chamberlain. You need to leave.
Branded!
Who told you to rest? And you, if you've got...
Και κάποιος μου έλεγε ότι ο χαρακτήρας μοιάζει με τον Τάντε. Ο Κλάιβ. Με τον Τάντε. Εντάξει, είναι πάνω κάτω πολύ κοντινά τα μοντέλα. Ναι, κατάλαβα ποιον Τάντε λες. Εννοώ ότι μοιάζει στον πρωταγωνιστή, εννοείς, τον Κλάιβ. Είναι σχεδόν ίδιος τον Τάντε με μαύρο μαλλί. Πού είσαι, Full Metal, καλησπέρα. Καλή εβδομάδα.
It looks like you need it.
Τι κάνω, πώς είμαστε, καλή εβδομάδα.
The Chamberlain must have sent you.
Λιώσουμε στον Διάβλο, πώς πάει. Κατοσταρίσαμε.
If I don't go now, they'll beat me. You need, but I won't. I've wounds to heal and bones to mend. And what of your own hurts? Then wait. That's what my hunger.
Κοντεύει ο main druid 100 αίσια δεύτερο.
Drover has more regard for his cattle than the Empire does its bearers. Anyway, I'd better head to the Vale.
Έτσι θα κάνω και αυτά απ' έξω και να έρθω να τα δώσω για τα δύο εδώ. Ο Ρόγκ είναι δεύτερος 65+. Α, έχεις δώσει πόνο. Στο New Season με τι θα μπεις?
Fancy a drop of the Empire's finest?
Fresh fish. Give me one of those. From a sea of rice this
I warn you now.
Μπάρμπι σώζα και εγώ μια από τα δύο θα μπω.
Etienne
Didn't know he had his own bearer. Business must be booming.
Το ψήνω πολύ για Μπάρμπ. Ναι, και εμένα μου αρέσει ο Μπάρμπ.
And
all this for a drink.
not just any drink. The very best. Specially distilled from our most The guards find that, they'll seize it before you can blink. Etienne likes it. Tell him there's more where that came from.
Αλλά το leveling του μέχρι τα 50 είναι πόνος.
Of course.
Μπα, μέχρι τα 50 θεωρώ ότι είναι το εύκολο. Το μετά είναι το δύσκολο. Δεν ανεβαίνεις με τίποτα level. Μέχρι τα 50 ανεβαίνουμε.
I have no business with...
Well, I have business with you.
I do not know you.
Somewhere the gate guards won't be paying him.
Fine. Hand...
Δεν ξέρω ρε, εσύ, μετά τα 75 δεν ανεβαίνω εύκολα και το... Μετά το endgame είναι να κάνεις μόνο sigils. Και μόνος, ας πούμε, ψιλοβαριά να τα κάνω, σου πω την αλήθεια.
You will do no such thing. Had you been the tool of any other man, no payment.
Cigars.
Those cigars.
Το ξέρω, το ξέρω. Αλλά η παρέα μου σταμάτησε να παίζει γιατί ψιλοβαρέθηκε κι αυτή.
Go on now. I have a delivery from Etienne.
Why didn't you say so? Times are hard. Sorry about the welcome. Meant nothing.
Θα μας δώσει αυτός. Ξέρουμε πότε ξεκινάει το καινούριο season.
You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
Perfume.
Oriflamme's fine.
Ναι, Ιούλιο, αλλά πότε, μέσα, Απρίλη.
Someone has expensive tastes. The question is, how can they afford to maintain them? I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Μέχρι 15, οκ.
Word is that the legions are ready to...
Αλλά πάρε αυτά που με έστειλες εσύ. Έτσι ήταν στο D3 τουλάχιστον, οκ.
The dame will be pleased.
Υποτίθεται ότι περιμένουμε και ένα
Don't
πατσάκι
say.
πριν το season.
And would she be pleased to learn?
You mean the crystals?
Why not just tell me in the first?
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankles. I couldn't risk you stumbling under the gaze of the guard. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystal. And if you don't know what this day's work may have cost you, then despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in.
I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here.
As scarce as chocobo teeth. Hence the thriving market for Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others?
I think you're doing what you believe is necessary.
Yeah, indeed. And I don't doubt the dame would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guards are none the wiser. I thank you. As will our mutual friend when she hears of how you have aided me.
Ένα χιλιάρικο τι έδωσε? Ναι, ένα χιλιάρικο. Εντάξει, not bad. Δίνουνε καλά πράγματα για αυτά.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late.
All right.
Business, though not my own.
Ah, so just as well. I hear his friends back at court have been taking a little...
So he really is a chamberlain?
There was a time when he was the Vale's most illustrious customer. Us girls thought of him as a generous uncle. He was one of the only people round here who seemed bothered by the way the Empire treats...
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the dame. A little nudge from her is all it took, and he became the patron saint of Northreach's starving masses. My sisters and I may have lost an uncle, but bearers are being fed for a change, so we don't grumble.
Glad to hear it.
Gives you faith, though, doesn't it?
Λένε πάρα πολλά
To know
όμως,
there are
φίλε.
people out there like him. And you, for that matter. So no wonder the dame's got a soft spot for you.
I better be going.
Μαλάκα το experience είναι μηδαμινό από αυτά. Ωραία, και που θες να πάω? Εκεί πέρα, εγώ από εκεί είχα άλλα 2 σάρκους εκεί. Ανάτι η πρωτεύουσα όπως την ευθεία. Ω, μαλάκα, ωραίο, όμορφο. Θα ήταν καλό να παίρνω ένα τσόκοπο από εδώ, ρε φίλε. Όχι. Μαλάκα, δες πόσο όμορφο είναι εδώ.
That's enough for today, Branded.
Πολύ όμορφο. Δύο γκίλ. Μας κάνεις πλάκα, μου λέει.
That's enough dallying, you two. Up, the lot of you. They're still...
Ω, καλώς το να...
You, Branded, here, now.
Καλώς το πίπο.
You're late. What kept you?
Τι κάνουμε, πώς είμαστε?
Did they tell you nothing? Well, don't just...
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ για το ρεϊντάκι, καλώς ήρθατε.
All right. Where is he?
Δεν ήρθαν όλοι κόλλησες, δεν πειράζει.
Branded with a spine for a change.
Νωρίς έκλεισες.
He's over that way, towards the coast. Go and see that you kill the beast.
Τι λέει, πώς πήγε? Καφέ πότε, όποτε θέλετε από αύριο. Λογικά κόλλησε, λέει.
For someone whose son's in mortal danger, he didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here. I need to be careful.
Σήμερα θέλουμε καφέ. Ναι, σήμερα. Κομμάτια είσαι, είπες ξύπνησες πρωί, ναι.
But if I can help it.
Πώς πήγε, δεν πιστεύω να πέθανες. Πώς σε γκούβου. Καλώς τον.
Stay back. I'll deal with this.
Πάω να φτιάξω κάτι και φαΐ και έρχομαι, έγινε. Τι καλό θα φας. Άρια ρε, τα κάνει το χαϊβάνι. Δεν πειράζει. Και αυτά καλά είναι.
No! You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die.
What?
Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never...
What is this? Your father said you were being attacked.
Πού σε ρε και εδώ,
You're not
καλησπέρα.
supposed to talk. Stop looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
Having
What?
fun?
Why are you still speaking? Father will hear of this.
Τι είναι το σκατό, ρε.
The wolf's work, no doubt. But it's not the wolf that's to blame.
Μαλάκα, τι μου νόπανα.
Someone needs to put an end to this.
Ο Τζόφρι από τον Κότι είναι αυτός, πολύ πιθανό. Φαίνεται και αυτός αρχιδάκι. Έγινε, χέντο. Thank you για το λέρκα, Θα τα πούμε. Έλα εδώ πούστη.
Come here, this... How dare you frighten my son? You slaughter his poor pet and then have the gall to return.
Είδα πως γελάει το αλακισμένο αριστερά.
That wolf was trained. Better trained by far than your worthless kind. You are the entertainment, nothing more. And we are most certainly not entertained.
Nor am I.
See? I told you. He talks too much. It's not right.
You're not the branded I bought. Well, the sins of the slave are the sins of the master. Go! Summon the unlucky wretch you answer to.
That unlucky wretch would be me. I'm my own master. I'm beholden to no one. And I take orders from no one.
Lies! Do you think I cannot see that brand on your face?
Shut your mouth and listen. Those bearers you killed, they were people. They felt fear and pain, just as you do. And unless you wish to share in their suffering, you would do well to remember we are not your playthings.
Father, he's scaring me.
How dare you threaten us? How dare you?
Can't we just buy another hound? A bigger one?
Of course, my son. I'll have the...
Κοίτα εδώ. Αντί να του πάρεις το τσοκόβο και να φύγεις, να λέγα.
I'm wasting my time, but I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. They deserve a proper burial. That much I can do at least. How many bearers have lost their lives to this nobleman's sport?
Έλα. Αρσενική Κάρεν, ξεκάθαρα.
More victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
The Dame. I'm in her service, like yourself. Never gets any easier, burying the dead.
Is that what you're here to do?
The mistress has me see to it that none are left to the crows. Since you're here, can you give me a hand?
Gladly. Let's put them to rest.
Αλλά έχει πολύ ωραία τοπία πάντως. Έχει βγάζει λίγο vibes Game of Thrones γενικά όλο το game.
I take it you slew the nobleman's pet?
I did. Now I expect they'll find another soon enough. And when it gets here, more bearers will die. How can they think so little of sending us to the slaughter?
Simple. Because bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. And if one breaks, well, you can always buy another. Still, such attitudes don't always.
Έστειλαν τον άλλον λίγο. Α, τους γάμισε ο ίδιος ο Λύκος.
Is this your doing?
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into your home, he's gonna tear your throat out eventually. Same with bearers. Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. What will folk do when they bite back, I wonder? The realm's less two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss. Here.
Καληνύχτα σε μπροστά. Ευχαριστώ που πέρασες. Καλή ξεκούραση.
Take it. You never know. Our paths may cross again. Till then.
Ball Park. Τώρα πάμε να βρούμε τα αυτόματα λογικά. Αυτά τα επτάμενα μου έκανε. Πάει. Έχει άλλο σε admission εδώ. Όχι. Όπα. Έλα δώσ' μου και αυτό.
Have you seen my Chloe? I let her out of her pen while I did my chores. But she hasn't come back. I think she's lost.
I can't promise I'll find her, but...
She's beautiful white hair. She lets me stroke her when I'm sad. She's ever such, and she likes walking in the wheat. I know the fields are big, but she's never got lost before. Oh, she must be starving too. She hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. It is my job to feed her.
In that case...
Playthings.
That's a lot of field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her.
Inquire with villagers.
You work these fields? I need to ask you something.
A branded. And an outsider at that, judging by the lacquer. Why should I help you?
Because a girl from the village asked me to find her pet.
Chloe, is it? Last I saw, the filthy creature was... That girl's old enough to know she should tie her pet up when she's finished playing with it.
The windmill.
Off with you now. I won't...
Μαλάκα αυτό που τους έχουν τόσο υπονομεύσει φουλ. Και όταν έχει από ζώα τους φέρονται, ας πούμε, εντάξει.
Chloe? More brown than white. You're not Chloe.
Oh?
Someone napping on the job. I hope they don't mind the interruption.
Ωπα ρε μαλάκα.
The crystal's curse.
Chloe, I was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
What?
Get up now. You've slept long enough. It's time to go home. Chloe? Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favorite. None of the other Chloes had prissy hair.
Από μαλάκα, εντάξει.
It could be months before Dad gives me another one.
Σε ένα αντικείμενα τους φέρονται φουλ, ρε.
To work anymore.
Is that all she was to you? A plaything? Do you really not care that she's dead?
She's not dead. She's a rock.
That? The crystal's curse? That's just how she died. And now she's gone forever. Giving another bearer her name won't change that.
No.
It's true. And without that brand, she would have been just another girl. Somebody's daughter. Just like you.
But Dad said bearers don't have parents.
They do. Parents that give them away. Families they'll never see again. But you became Chloe's family when you took her in. Remember that. And remember her.
Μαλάκα, πόσο dark έγινε ξαφνικά.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Εδώ έχω δύο quest.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon.
Όχι ένα. Hey, Isabel. Α, εδώ είναι.
Are you Bertrand?
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then.
One of her courtesans has gone missing. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarrelling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting. From what if you seek him out, fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him, and that's even with the dame's broke.
Understood.
Okay. Speak with the traveling trader. Πολύ αγκαριομάχο το έχουμε δει στα τελευταία missions.
What's this? A branded? Where's your mom?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I
Μαλάκα, γιατί φοβού το έλεγα.
I am the good lady's servant. What is it that she requires?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago.
Yeah? He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was
Μάλλον δεν είναι καλό
of great
κορίτσι,
value
μάλλον.
and was quite vehement
Θα είναι πολύ
about
πιστική,
my
φαίνεται.
appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful, honey.
Λοιπόν, φύγαμε. Πόσο? 141. Royal Meadows.
It smells of death here, Torgal. Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Μαλά, γιατί ξύλο ρίχνει αυτό το βαμπίλι. Έλα και καλησπέρα. Welcome, καλώς τον. Καλή εβδομάδα. Εμείς καλά είμαστε. Λίγο κρυωμένοι εδώ πέρα, αλλά την παλεύουμε. Εσύ πώς είσαι? Μαλά, και τι έγινε εδώ?
A man and a woman. Well, the wolves have been busy, but the blood is long dry. So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night. You said her name was Tatienne.
You.
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think
Δεν ήρθα από μια καλή ψήξη από κρύωτους. Αυτά είναι ό,τι χειρότερο. Και εγώ έχω τώρα 2 μέρες φουλκριωμένος, να και ακούς και τη φωνή μου είναι λίγο περίεργη σήμερα. Αλλά την παλεύω. Πώς ξεκίνησε η εβδομάδα μας?
Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells me, know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to more for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hip.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with the dame waiting, and we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't work against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
Το Play είναι ένα σεμινάριο για virtual assistant masterclass που πρέπει να δω αν μπορώ να το κάνω. Όσο επειδή είναι και ευκαιρία από 5K κάτω στα 1,5. Κατάλαβα. Για virtual assistant masterclass. Ωραίος.
You are still in one piece. You will be pleased to hear that your they said they would meet you at a little chat.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see
you. I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home, but rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne.
Έγραφα κάτι πράγματα για να πάρω τα ξενοδοχειακούς χαρτούς γιατί και παίζει να κάω λίγο ποε. Να κάεις, ναι, αφού τελείωσες με αυτά. Γιατί όχι. Σε τι φάση είσαι στο ΠΟΕ, τι κάνεις maps τώρα?
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
Act 5, οκ. Εσύ στην παραλία αυτή που είσαι... Είσαι έτοιμος για new game εκεί πέρα.
The Vale counts among its patrons, according to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen. It would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Not to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it?
Oh well.